All aboard, welcome aboard, welcome back. I went ahead and did a off-camera dig just to see if I could do it. To see if I can make a dig through so that I can make a full-on double throat here coming into this station and then expand it and add a second platform for the coal trains. And we're going to go ahead and run the rail because the dig did work. As we can see, I got the rails to go underneath it, and that gives me the clearance by doing the dig. And now we can start doing a little bit more free stuff up. This guy will, in the future, kick this way, I hope. As will a couple of the other trains. Don't really want that. Nope, nope, nope. I just realized that. Oops. Okay, let's get that power line back in. There we go. And we've got everything pretty much set. And it is time to start seeing about running more electricity down to the other mines. Just get ourselves a transformer station there. And then make certain that it hooks in. Yeah, it did. There we go. That'll increase our electrical generation a little bit. Let's take a peek at finances because that's where it's coming down to is our finances are what's killing us. We've made it to August, just about through August, so I've got just a third of a trimester to go in the year. Let's see what we're looking at. Power lines, we were making money. I bet you that due to the construction, I'm probably going to be up, but at 802 per month, and my monthly gens are about 577. I made 3 cents last month, so that's actually a good sign. Made 685 the year before. We're going to see if this changes anything or if it gets worse. But we had to take and start connecting in power. And we'll see how our power is working. Telford Field Lane Station and Mercer Station are looking pretty good. We might want to throat this down the road here soon and see if that will improve our flow throughs. We are taking a bit of a hit though, as I can see, with some backups at the capper, at the Telford Coal Junction. letting these run a little bit just to see how we do. We might have to double line through here. Shift the line over, double line it over closer this way, and see what we can do. It's just, the nature of the beast here. We're playing with forces a little bit beyond what we normally would. I'm also seriously considering doing a fast track for this guy over to here. And that would take this guy so that the Telford coal could take and start going a different direction. Because by all reality right now, the milkmaid is running this way across this. I don't need this, so it doesn't make as much sense. I can save some money, and I think we're going to start laying for that right now. The hardest part is going to be deciding what we're going to do. And I really hate to say this, but it's actually easier to lift up a passenger line because they are lighter than it is to do anything else. So first things first, build a shoe fly, a temporary thing while I do the straight line. Shift the shoe fly over. Take out our rail here. Do our two raises. So we need to raise to there and raise to there. I need to leave it a double wide for a reason. Now the shoe fly doesn't quite get me back far enough that I want initially, so when we do our hookup, we'll do some changes. So I'm going to do a step and then a step up for the bridge. Go ahead and put the bridge over. Don't like that bridge. Don't like that bridge. You know what? We're going to have to do it the hard way. Bring him back down here. Where he's going to connect in to do the street run eventually on the street line. Telford really hasn't grown that much. Well, it has. It's growing to the south. Hey, what do we got here? Monument to Hans-Jörg Matheder. He created this game in 7 years. What we got here? Our Lady of the Track. Thousands of Simtransers can be heard daily in prayer. May my tracks lay straight and my lines be true. May all my switches work and never jam, and may all my trains find a route. There's a prayer for you. And we got a small park. What we got here? Old house inhabited by an old rich man who's been really stingy. Only a car remembers the good times. We got shops and offices. That seems to have grown because he's outside of the road network. Nice. I don't know if the city grows the roads in this version. I have never really gotten this far in Pack 128. This is usually about the point where I crash my game. I have thought about putting in upgrading to a village station here. On the lines, but I don't really know as if that's a wise idea yet. Checking our station. It is. You know what? We are growing our transit network. Hey guys, it might be time to add some cars to some trains. We're building up a backlog, which is something we don't want. So it's going to be time to set this up. Let's go ahead and see if I can upgrade to a village station. Does it let? Oh, it does let me upgrade. Nice. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that looks a lot nicer. Tons nicer. And you know what? He holds 288 passengers, so that'll take care of our overlog for a little bit. And it's time to start thinking about what else we can do for Telford. And the Telford Lane station, I think the next thing we need to consider is a longer train. So let's see where everybody's going from Telford. The bulk of them want to get over to the power station, so we need to do our Collier train. Our Collier passenger train, this guy right here. So the Telford Trotter. We're going to tell him to unload only. We are jammed up pretty bad, so it is getting to be a traffic jam. And we may need to take and consider a different style of junction here and a different way. We may have to pull the power lines over here and then back over to where we wanted to serve from. So like pull them over to here, take and abandon this stretch here. Little things we're having to think about as we build up our system. In Simutrans Pak128, this is our first honest try. He's picked up a bunch more people to take back to Telford. Once he gets to Telford, we're going to send him to the depot and go see what we can do. And again, let's take a ride along with this guy. He's going to be a problem, and we do need to start considering. Looks like, yeah, I need to consider double tracking this stretch here too. Yeah, we're going to have to do some groundwork and double track this stretch because that's beginning to cause problems. And I want to decide how far out I want to take and do that at. And I want to make this a fairly long siding. Get him up to here. Hey, I said level you. Did I use too big? I used too big of one. Okay, that's what happened. Come on up to here. Begin the drift over to connect in there. Get our signals set. It's going to mess everything up for a short while. He needs to go to the depot, and that's where he's headed. We'll follow him on into the depot, see what sort of an upgrade we can actually do. I am curious, can I add 2 cars and, take him up to a three station stopper? And if that's the case, then we may need to do some more railroad work. And all right, we got him into the depot. Let's go ahead and open the depot. We're going to park him for a moment. Another Western, and takes us up to 96. Still at 2. We can keep running him. Adding that extra car, that should help a little bit. So that's part of our setup, and now let's see what that will do. With 153, I think we're going to be pulling a 90 or 100 some. That may indeed start clearing things out. We need to figure out a way to take and start running something backwards. I might even have to just reverse that train. But he's what's bringing people in, so who knows? Looking at our lines right now, the Telford trolley is the trolley line making money. Oxford Station's making money. Not much, 86, 41, 33, but they're making money. The core trolley's making 137 over at Shelby, 90, almost 100 at the West trolley. What's the Shoreline trolley doing? Only about 16 bucks, so it's still reading as a red. The Manor trolley is running 61 in the hole at Hastings, but that's, to be expected. That was a future growth one. And then Wakefield's red car is only losing about 11 bucks, but hey, that's going to grow over time. We can close that window now, dummy. And we have hit that point. I think this is a good spot to call the episode on. This has been episode, I think, 19 or 20. I'm going to be honest, I'm not awake enough this morning. Did not sleep well, did not get much coffee into me. Cup of coffee number 3 just got finished. I'm going to finish cup of 4, and I think that will get me going. But as we know, I generally don't really take off till I start my second pot. Watching our trains come in, deal with everything. Everything's looking a lot better. We might even have to take and check and see if anybody comes from Ipswich to here. They don't, but Peterborough they do. So down the road when we get some bus service over from Peterborough, and Peterborough is a bigger town, 463. Let's do our city list. That's easier to see. And downsiding it. Peterborough at 433. Ipswich is down quite a ways, if I remember right. Ipswich is our smallest town at 217, and Ipswich has a little problem of its losing population despite what we're doing. So we may need to figure out something over here in Ipswich to start really driving some growth. But then again, we got the rich old man house. Hey, sometimes that's all it takes is just a little bit of growth. And they put in a park and they've extended the roads a little bit and they're upgrading the roads. Ipswich has begun to grow. I think that this will show some better growth as time goes along. I'm Kelly Jack. Have a better day than I'm having.